we got this right here. Beat Michigan, absolutely. We got to get through Maryland first. That's next week. Can't look ahead, and but that's always what it comes down to. And it's really, really looking like you're going to have two freight trains, both undefeated, and with a lot at stake. You're talking about the winner of the Big Ten East, the winner to go to the Big Ten Championship, and a possible playoff spot at stake. So, but without Maryland next week or beating Michigan, those things will be tough to come by. So, as we start to wrap up here a little bit, I want to talk about next week. I don't believe they've set the time yet for the Maryland game. Ohio State goes to Maryland next week. Maryland, they're a sneaky 6-3. Okay, now they're on right now against Penn State. The weather isn't great there. I already tried to get a little bit of a jump ahead on the weather down in Maryland for next week. It should be a nice day, so it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain. Be a little bit chilly. Be in the mid-40s to upper 40s. Might even hit 50 down there next week. So weather shouldn't be a problem next week for Ohio State. Ohio State, on the years that they've played Maryland, since they've joined the Big Ten, the gap has been quite large. Ohio State has really run them out of the building on several occasions that they played them. Other than the 1 year, Dwayne Haskins year down there, they actually went to overtime. They had to survive a 2-point conversion in overtime, and they won the game 52-51, if I'm not mistaken. So next week, again, you've got to go on the road. I've already said it. Teams are a lot different at home than when they go on the road. So we don't know what's going to happen right now with Ohio State with their injury situation. Where's Smith and Jigba at? He was hardly even mentioned today. We just know that he was out. How serious is the Mayan Williams injury? Does Travion Henderson come back next week and play? So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out, and we won't know anything until next Saturday, until we get the report around. If it's a noon game, the report comes out right around 9 a.m., so we'll know more then. But, again, the game against Michigan, for all intents and purposes, yes, it'll still matter, but you want to be going into that Michigan game on a high. So, again, let's see how Ohio State handles this going on the road the week before Michigan, because let's face it, guys, you know it's in the back of all their heads right now. I mean, you'd be stupid if you didn't think that. All you got to do is put the TV on. Anything you talk about college football related, it's coming down Ohio State, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan. That's all anybody's talking about. But there's still games in between there. Michigan is now playing now. Ohio State has one game left. So, again, you got to take care of Maryland, take care of business first. Let's come out like the number 2 ranked team in the country next week. Let's leave no doubt. And then you can start preparing for the boys up north, and it'll be a great time.